Hi heathens. So I'm gonna try to like maintain composure in this video, but I've had a terrible day and we're just gonna jump right in. I figured for this video I'll do something that I don't believe that I've done before on my channel, which is a full face using only high-end products. So we're gonna start out with the face actually, and I'm gonna go in with the Benefit the Pore-fessional Pearl Primer. Obviously this is a sample, so you know it's not like a full-size high-end, but it's still a high-end brand and it's a good product. I don't use primers regularly, but I do enjoy this one when I need or want to use one. And I figured if I was going full face high-end, then I might as well use one I know, because the foundation is a new one to me. It's one that I have not tried before. I received a sample a while back and I forgot to use it and lost it. So we're going to let that sink in a little bit, and I'm going to go in with my IT Brow Power in the shade Universal Taupe to quickly fill in my eyebrows a bit. So right now they do not have anything in them, and I'm just going to fill them in just a little bit, just to give them a little dimension. The eyeshadow palette is also one that I have not used yet. I have not even swatched it. It has been used because I got it from my best friend Brittany. Hi Brittany. But I have not personally used it, and I'm sorry if I keep sounding like I'm sighing. I've been having some like breathing issues lately, and sometimes it's a little hard for me to take a deep breath. So I apologize in advance if that's kind of distracting. The highlighter for this video is also one that I have not used on my face yet. If it does not work out, I have another one on backup, but I'm hoping it does because I've been wanting to try it, and it'll be like the pop of color for this video. So the foundation that I'm going to be using is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Foundation. I grabbed this in the shade Ivory 13N. I don't know if this is even the right shade, but we're going to find out. From the inside of here, it doesn't look too terrible. So hopefully this works decently with a brush. As you can see, it has never been opened, so we shall see. That was on there pretty tight. It left like some sticky residue that I'm sure once I start squeezing foundation out, this is gonna stick to the top and get all nice and clumpy. So I don't know how much of this I'm gonna use, so I'm gonna put about that much on the back of my hand. That's what we're gonna start out with, and we're gonna see how far that goes and if I need more. So I'm gonna do what I always do, which is, oh, it's thick. I'm gonna mix it around a bit and then take some on my finger and start putting it on my face. It does look like the undertone may not be the best match. It's looking a little orange upon first face swatch, face slide. I don't know what you want to call these little motions that I'm doing. It's not exactly swatching because I'm about to wear it, but yeah. So while I'm doing this, an update. So earlier today I decided to follow up with the tracking on my Glam Bag Plus, and it said that it had been delivered. Okay, cool. So I'm like, yeah, finally. So I get home and go out there to get it. It's not out there. So I'm like, well, what the heck? Well, the USPS customer service care center, whatever, phone number that I got offline is a number that does not assist with package tracking. So I go online and look it up, and one of the questions on the FAQ page is, my package says delivered but is not here. And it says sometimes it can say delivered but still take an additional 24 hours, which I think is ridiculous. I don't think it should be marked as delivered until it's been delivered. So I was like, okay, let me see exactly what time it was marked as delivered so that I can give it 24 hours, and then I can call the post office to follow up if I don't have it, you know, but they'll be open. Alright, so this did not give me a whole lot of coverage. I'm just gonna put that out there. I guess the shade isn't terrible, but I feel like I definitely have a little more of a distinction. It doesn't look bad, but I'm gonna take the little bit left on my hand and kind of work it onto the brush and put it on my face and then see if I need more. So anyway, I was like, let me see what time it was delivered so that we can give it 24 hours. And I go onto the tracking, and now it shows that it hasn't been delivered and it's still in New Jersey, which doesn't make any sense. So now I have no idea what's going on. It's stressful, and I've just had one of those weeks. Between today and yesterday, I feel like I've been in the twilight zone. I'm going to try to add just a tiny bit more. I feel like I've been in the twilight zone because yesterday went by super fast at work. Like, I'm talking, it was 8 a.m. and then next thing I knew, people were getting ready to go to lunches, which was starting 11 o'clock. And I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And then today was the opposite. Today dragged on like crazy, and then now my package is delivered, not delivered, and then not even actually in my state, and I don't really know what's going on. Like, does anyone else just feel like there's something weird happening lately? I don't know if it's just me, but I definitely feel like there's something going on in the universe other than everything that's obviously going on. I don't know. I've just been feeling kind of weird. And like, I don't know if it's just me and if it's because I'm still recovering from whatever was wrong with me and it's just messing with my brain, or if it's been like this for anyone else. So I added a little bit more onto my cheeks. You can see where it's sitting on my skin a bit, but it still does not look bad. I'm going to try to, I still have a lot left on my hand from that little bit I squeezed back out. So I'm going to try to build up a little bit of coverage on my nose and my forehead as well. But yeah, so I don't know. I've just been having a weird time, and I had no idea what I was going to make this video on because I've been kind of waiting on my Ipsy to get here, and then it's like it's not. So I figured, why not do a video that, if I have done, it definitely wasn't with these products, because a few of these, like I said, I've never used. And then it doesn't feel like I need to set it. Sorry, I was just checking. But then I also need to start decluttering, so it would be a good time to try some of them and see if I even want to keep them. So I'm going to go in now with bronzer. My bronzer and blush are the same brand. It is Ofra. This is the Ofra bronzer in Americano. This can be really dark and really warm toned, especially on me. So I'm going to try to go in kind of light. Run across here. Bring it up a bit onto the temple. So how is everyone doing? What's going on in your part of the world? And by your part of the world, I don't necessarily mean where you're from. I just mean in your little bubble, your little scenario. What do you have going on? Is everyone kind of getting back to normal, or is everything still chaotic? What's happening? Alright, I think I did that pretty well as far as like not being too dark. So I'm going to take a little bit and go down my neck. See if I can't camo that double chin a bit. My nose itches. Alright. I'm going to save blush and highlighter for after the eyes. So, for eyes, we are going in with the iconic London Day to Slay eyeshadow palette. It is a 20 pan palette full of a bunch of neutral shades, mattes, and shimmers. So we're just going to make a look. We're going to see how some of these perform. I'm not going to do anything too intense because I've never used the palette. So first I'm going to go in with this top shade, which is just called In the Nude. I'm going to tap a brush in there, tap it off. And this does have a giant mirror in it, which is really nice. But yeah, this palette is expensive. I mean, obviously this is all high-end stuff, but this palette I think retails for some $60 or $80, which to me is crazy. I mean, I guess we'll see the quality, but that's a lot for a palette. Like, I think when I think a palette that price, I think like Natasha Denona, which I've also never used. So I'm not saying that in a good or a bad way. They don't have a lot of mattes in this, which is making me kind of sad. I guess I'm going to go in next with Taupe de Taupe. And then they only have one darker matte, so it's kind of disappointing. This will be really good for all the shimmers, but all the other matte shades other than one are lighter than this or a completely different shade. Like, they have a few orange and pink type mattes, but they don't have a whole lot of bronze mattes. So I guess we're just going to go straight in with a shimmer, and then I'm going to put the darker shade around the outer corner. So I'm trying to look at everything that I'm going to be using, see what shade I want to go in with. I'm torn between Closing Party and VIP Vibes. So Closing Party has more of like a purpley brown undertone, whereas the other one is like a straight orangey gold. Let's go, I'm gonna go for the straight orangey gold because my lip is gonna be kind of bold. So that is VIP Vibes. So we're gonna build that up on my finger and just, yeah, that is really pretty though. We're just gonna drag it across the lid and up into the crease a bit. It's really pretty. I mean, I don't know still if it justifies the price of the palette, but that is a very, very pretty shimmer. I don't even think I want to put the deepest shade because I feel like it's going to make it too smoky. So I'm going to go back in with that Taupe de Taupe shade and just build it up just a little bit on the outer edge. Just like that, for just a little dimension. And then we're going to go back into the face. And then we'll do the inner corner after a while. Wow, that's really pretty. I'm going to swatch a few more of the shimmers because now I'm intrigued. So let's swatch Icon. That one's kind of chunky. Peach Fizz. And Girl Boss. Also kind of chunky, but not as much as Icon. So I just swatch one down the side of my hand, but I mean, they all swatch really nicely. It's pretty. All right, let's go to blush now. So this is the Ofra and Madison Miller blush, All You Need Is Love. And it has like a almost corally peach type feel. So I'm going to tap in. It's really, really pigmented, so a little dab will do. And we're just going to build it up a bit. Going across the face. And the same thing on the other side. Whew, y'all. I feel like I can't catch my breath sometimes. Yeah, I actually like the way that looks over this foundation. And I feel like it's not terribly overwhelming. I feel like sometimes it can be a little much, but I feel like I controlled it pretty well. Alright, now we are going in with highlighter. I had a powder down here, but I don't want to use it and get too powdery because I don't think this needs it. So the highlighter is the Fenty Beauty Match Stick in the shade Unicorn, which is this gorgeous purple. Let me get this swatch off my hand because that's not from any of this, so I don't want to confuse y'all. Once again, here I am swatching stuff on that awkward part of my hand. I went really heavy-handed on that so you can see the color. But what I'm going to do for my face is I'm going to try to run my finger across it and build up some color and shimmer on my finger, and then I'm going to see if I can't pat it onto the skin a bit. I feel like it's not putting down as much as I was expecting. Before I was so rudely interrupted by my camera cutting out, I was saying it might be a good thing that it's not coming across as pigmented as I want it to, because a lot of the times when I try to use purpley toned highlighters, I tend to accidentally go a little ham, and it winds up looking very harsh from the front. So I'm just adding one more little layer to try to build it up a bit. It's still very pretty. I'm going to put a bit down my nose, across the tip of my nose. See, on my nose it looks a little gray. I don't know how that reads across on camera, but it does look a bit gray down the bridge of my nose. So anyway, I'm going to get rid of all these swatches real quick, and then we're going to go in with, I guess let's go ahead and do the inner corner so that we can finish up the eyes, and then we'll go in with mascara and lips. So I said I was going to go back in for the inner corner, and what I want to do is take I'm going to take the shade up at the top, Champagne Chic, which looks a little more gold than it does champagne to me, but that's okay. And I'm just going to pop it on the inner corner for a little, that was about to be redundant, for a little inner corner pop. I feel like this side's a little harsher, but that's okay. Now we're going to go in with mascara, and for the mascara, I'm going to be using the Wander Beauty Mile High Club mascara. I love Wander Beauty's mascaras. I love Wander Beauty. They, for some reason, get a lot of hate. I think it's just because they started showing up in subscription boxes a lot, but I'm very grateful for that, because I probably wouldn't have ever had a chance to try their product if it wasn't for subscription boxes. And since then, I have fallen in love with this mascara, the Wander Beauty Unlashed, which is actually my favorite. Like, this one's great, don't get me wrong, but something about the Unlashed, like, you can make it look pretty dramatic without it being too much, but you can also make it very natural, very everyday, very your lashes but better. And I literally cannot say enough good things about that mascara. I used my first tube until I literally couldn't get any product out of it anymore. I tried their foundation through the little sample that I got, and I'm gonna have to buy it full size when I run out of a foundation so that I can have an excuse to spend money on more foundations, or when I finally declutter some of these, because I loved the way that it wore. And so I tried to get from Ipsy a little duo, and it came with a different shade, and I was shattered. So that didn't work out. But yeah, I don't know why they get so much hate. I like Wander Beauty. I like everything that I've ever gotten from them that I can recall. I'm going to take foundation off my lips. Now my lipstick is very boom. We have the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Trust Issues, which, now that I'm thinking about it, may not be the best to go with the look. I'm sure I could find something a little better, because this is pretty vampy. So, is that what I want? I mean, it would be a nice statement lip, but let me see what I have in my little thing down here full of small lipsticks. So I have another Anastasia lippy in the shade Crush. I feel like that's a little too light for me, but I have it. I have the Smashbox Babe Alert. I'm trying to still find high end, of course, so I'm putting back anything that's not. I have Smashbox Stepping Out. I have a Makeup Forever Artist Rogue Matte M500. I feel like this is a red. Oh no, it's another like deep maroon. For anyone who saw my lipstick declutter, you're gonna see that pattern continue a lot throughout my whole collection. Alright, so I'm gonna go in with this one, which is the Smashbox Stepping Out. It's a little bit more of a like nude taupe, little mini. I love the applicator on these. It's got like that wide tear-shaped doe foot. Keeps the whole thing just kind of centered. Okay. And then, last but not least, of course, we need a setting spray, which I probably should have done before I put on mascara, and then done mascara last, but shoulda, woulda, coulda, you know. We're gonna break stuff. We're gonna use, again, Iconic London, the Iconic London Prep Set Glow in original. I love this so much. It's gorgeous to look at, first off. Second off, it feels nice. So this is what we look like pre-setting spray. And then, ooh, that one was a little aggressive. I feel like I spritzed myself a little too hard. So I'm gonna grab a little sponge Yeah, I can definitely see where it's, I don't know if you could tell the difference on camera. This side isn't as, wet as this side just was. And that's what we got, folks. That is my full face high-end makeup. Some tried and trues. Switched up the lipstick on you last minute. Sorry about that. But I love this mascara. I love Ofra products. And what else did I use? I didn't get a chance to use the powder. The powder was going to be, and I've seen some people argue whether this is high-end or like drugstore. It's definitely not drugstore to me. And that's Ciate London, the Everyday Extraordinary translucent powder. This is what I was going to use for powder. I'm actually almost out of it. It was all like piled up in the middle. And I don't know if you can tell, it keeps getting low and then it'll switch over to the other side. But there's enough in it to have it about up to here all across. That's what I would have used for setting powder had I used it. So anyway, this is what we are looking like. I'm gonna interrupt myself here real quick so that we can do our natural light check-in. This is what we've got. And yeah, again, I think everything looks pretty good. I really like the way the eyeshadow looks. So I'll get back inside. I forgot to tell y'all I was going to come do this, so my bad. Let me know if you'd like to see another version of this, because I can do it with whole different products. I'd love to do a drugstore one as well. What do you think of this foundation? I wasn't sold exactly on the match, but I don't think it's bad. I would definitely wear it again. I'd love to do an all-day wear test, like wear it to work and see how it wears throughout the day. And I think it's sitting pretty well. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. What is your favorite high-end brand and favorite product? I think my favorite high-end brand, it's a toss-up. It's probably either going to be, as far as things that I've tried that I've loved everything of, it's either going to be Wander Beauty or maybe Tarte, because I like a lot of their products as well. I have not tried but one of their eyeshadow products, and I was not sold. But it wasn't because it was not good quality. It just, for me, didn't live up to what it should have been. So anyway, let me know your thoughts. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and subscribe to see more of my content. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!